It's an absolute pleasure to introduce the great Allan Border to ABP News. Allan, welcome to ABP News. My first question to you is, there are a lot of myths about international cricket. Wasim Akram would never go for 20 runs in a T20, and probably Brian Lara would have hit even better than AB de Villiers. Are you happy busting those kind of happy myths?
Look, I think if we'd seen more of Brian Lara playing 2020 cricket, and Wasim Akram would have been a phenomenal player in 2020 cricket. You look back at Viv Richards and the past great players, I think would have coped pretty well in the modern game, being T20 cricket. But look, they're going to get an opportunity. Not so much all those players. Viv probably a bit past the due date, but certainly through MCL, this Masters Champions League, there's an opportunity for the past greats of the game to sort of get together for one more time and have some fun playing some serious cricket, 2020 cricket, but having a good time while they're doing it.
And there has to be a question on captaincy when you were there with us. We went to Saurav and then to a completely opposite guy called MS Dhoni, and we sort of got used to Dhoni's style of captaincy, the calm, composed crime. Now we have someone who has been accused of being overtly brash and very aggressive. Would you recommend that kind of a transition into Indian cricket, or you think a captain has to keep his emotions in check?
I think you'll find with Virat Kohli, he will be able to keep himself in check. He's a fiery customer, and that's the way he plays his cricket. And what a wonderful cricketer he is. And I think he'll bring that to his captaincy going forward. I think he's the right man for India at the moment. There's a lot of good young players that are looking for that type of leadership. MS Dhoni's been phenomenal. He's been just absolutely brilliant the way he's captained that Indian side. It's always a highly pressurised position to be in, captain of the Indian cricket team, and Dhoni's held it and done that job fantastically well. But I just get the feeling that there's a lot more, the younger Indian cricket has got a bit more sort of fire in their bellies, a la Virat Kohli, and the new breed of Indian cricketer. Maybe Virat Kohli is going to be the man just to take them to that next step, and they're going to be a very, very good cricket team going forward.
And one final question on the Border Gavaskar Trophy. And you spoke about how this Indian team has got a lot of fire in the belly, and you really like it. But there's also a thing that without the Lakshmans, Dravids, and the Sachins, and without the Haydens and the Gilchrist, Indian-Australian series every year is getting a bit diluted. You think they have a big challenge to keep that particular standard up?
I think there's players coming through all the time. I mean, you're talking about some of the icons of our sport from both teams. And that will develop in time. I mean, David Warner and Michael Clarke, Stephen Smith, I mean, those players like Mitchell Johnson and Mitchell Stark, they'll develop into that iconic status in time. And so you've got to give them time to develop. And I think on the other side of the coin, Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, just to name a couple of guys. I mean, you've got such a fantastic group of young players coming through that will, get to that iconic sort of status in time. So I don't think the battles between Australia and India are going to sort of lessen, because the big name players aren't there at the moment. I think if anything, we're going to see bigger and better battles going forward.
Thanks a lot talking to ABP News, Allan. It's been a pleasure.
Pleasure.
Thanks.